What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Lethal Lev, back again with another Division 2 video. And today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming update to the Darkzone and major PvP changes going forward. So, thank you guys as always for watching, but I know I have been gone for a little bit. I'm trying to be back active. I haven't been feeling too hot, but it is what it is. So, let's get right into it. So, recently, it's been announced that the raids have been delayed until May. So the 8-man raids that everyone's been hyped about, unfortunately, they've been pushed back until May. So that sucks, but at least we're getting some updates as far as the PvP goes. So with PvP, they are going to be upping the gear scores that drop in the Darkzone. So now you can get 515 level gear instead of just, regular 500 gear. So they're really incentivizing people to play in the Darkzone. I know this is going to upset people that are really PvE focused and have PvE builds, but you're going to really want to, go into the Darkzone if you want to get the best gear in the game. So now that there's 515 gear coming soon, everyone's going to be, hungry for those gear sets, and really everyone's going to be in the Darkzone. So another thing they're doing is weapons are being normalized to gear score 500, even if your gear score is higher. So that's really big. So it's all the weapons are now gear score 500, and the PvP damage modifier is now from 70% to 40%, which means the time to kill. A lot of people have been complaining about how fast the time to kill is, because basically if you played Division 1, it was a much longer time to kill than it is in this game. So a lot of people have been complaining, so they've pretty much almost cut it in half. I mean, they've not cut it in half, but made it twice as long to kill someone. So now if you're going to want to inflict a lot of damage, you're really going to have to focus on those DPS type builds, get more at red attributes, or just, synergize your gear really well, because now not everyone's going to be able to, melt you right away. I like this change because personally I like Division 1 the way people were face tanking, because I felt like that made it much more of a skill gap. With the way this is now, if it's 2v1, 3v1, 4v1, it's very hard to win any type of fight, because if you get shot by 2 people, you're pretty much dead. So it's more of a cover based shooter than it is really, a face tank based shooter. And I felt like that's what always made the Division, separate and unique from other games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and other shooter games, is that you can really tank a lot of the shots, but it's going to come down to who uses their skills and who has the better build. So I always liked that about the Division 1, so I'm glad they're bringing this back to Division 2. They're saying it's the same modifier for PvE, so basically the time it takes to kill people in PvE is now going to be applied to PvP. So that's and some people might like that, some people might not. Me personally, I like it. So they're no longer going to be normalizing for a middle ground, but they're really respecting your rolls on your gear. So in the normalized Darkzone sections, I like to call it zones, areas, whatever you call it, they're going to be focusing a little bit more on your gear. They're going to respect it. So when you have an item with, gave an example, if you have an item with very high crit chance, it'll play like an item with very high crit chance. So it means no more everyone going in with, the same odds of winning a fight, all skill based. Now they're going to actually respect your gear and make the grind actually worth something to get gear, which I'm a big fan of, because I feel like if you're playing this game, if you're going to be playing in the Darkzone anyways, you should obviously be trying to have a good build. So to make builds not matter at all, which is how it is now, is kind of stupid, because that's what makes the Division 2 technically an RPG shooter. So I really like this. I like how they're doing this. I mainly only played in the occupied zones, just because, because of this, because I want my build to matter. I want, if I have fucking 60% crit chance, I want that to mean something, rather than, everyone on the same playing field, because that takes pretty much the uniqueness out of the game. So I like that they're doing that. I'm still going to be playing a lot in the occupied zones, because they say the loot drops are actually better in there. But the only thing I don't like about the occupied zones is that, with the low time to kill, if you see someone, you have to shoot your gun, because, There's no walking past someone. There's no, hey, how you doing? If you see someone, you shoot, because if someone shoots you first, you're pretty much dead. So with the time to kill going up, I mean, this should help. So the skill damage modifier will also be increased from 20 to 25%. So your skills are going to be more effective. I mean, that's for all skills. So they're really trying to buff skills, since not many people are using skill power. It's mainly just health or weapon damage or armor or crit chance or crit damage that's being rolled onto gear. So they see that, and they really want to make skill power, they want to incentivize people to use skill power, because right now not many people are using it. This is all coming from Massive's live stream. I'm gonna be linking that in the description. There's also added a specific occupied dark zone damage modifier. So now it sits at 40%, same as the normalized DZ, but they have added the ability to fine-tune the ODZ depending on how things change. So they're saying they're going to be changing that pretty much back and forth, seeing how people react to it. So the time to kill will also be lower in the ODZ as well. They say they're also adding specific PvP modifiers for weapon archetypes. So that means if assault rifles can get a buff, SMGs will probably get a nerf, because everyone's using SMGs. And they're able to change, what weapons do what in PvP. So that can change. And they're also changing the hip fire changes. So in PvP, you'll not be able to crit hit when you hip fire. So I like that a lot, because a lot of people, they use the shield and they just run around like an idiot with the shield and just expect to get crits with the shield and just shoot their SMG, which I don't like at all, because it takes a lot of the skill out of the game. It's mostly bums that be using that shield too. If you see someone using the shield, they're probably not very confident in their ability to kill you, so they have to use the shield. So I'm glad. A lot of these changes I like, because I really like the Division 1. I know I might be in the minority on that, but it seems like a lot of these changes are going back towards the Division 1. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm going to be trying to post a lot more Division 2 content. I'm still feeling kind of sick, but I'm going to have to tough it up. It's been your boy Lethal, signing out, y'all. Peace. Last thing, if you guys want to run with me on Division 2, my gamer tag is Big Lev, as you can see on the screen. I'm currently on Xbox One. I'm looking for people to grind with. If you want to play, conflict mode, or you want to grind the DZ with me, just send me a message. I'm down to run with subscribers all the time. Thank you guys as always for watching, man. Peace.